Member.
Thanks, Speaker. My question is Minister of Finance. Minister, as you know, in your hometown of Mississauga, they recently voted to ban Uber and ride-sharing operations altogether. I want to commend Mayor John Tory and members of council support. They brought forward some sensible resolutions that are balanced in protecting consumers while enabling more choice in Toronto. The reality is now we have Ontario's largest city, next to Ontario's third largest city, and Brampton may join Mississauga, where you could get into a vehicle, an illegal Uber vehicle on one side of the street, and then preposterously cross the street and be in an illegal Uber vehicle. This is not good for consumers. It's not good for drivers. It's certainly not good for business investment. Don't you think it's time that we brought in province-wide rules around ride-sharing for clarity, for consumer protection, and to allow good choices for consumers in our province?
Question. Thank you. Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for the member for his question. Thank you also for corresponding with me last week relative to this very issue, recognizing that the sharing economy is upon us, and I outlined that very clearly in the fall economic statement as well as in our last budget, that we must embrace the issues around the sharing economy in a way that is fair, provides consumer protection, provides business protection, and that is exactly where we're proceeding. We've established a consulting committee to review the effects and the impacts going forward. We also recognize the importance of the municipalities in engaging in the licensing. Some municipalities have operated differently than others when it comes to the sharing economy, and with the ride-sharing specifically. So I recognize the challenges that are before us, and I appreciate the members' commitment to the issues and engagement that we have ongoing as a result. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thanks, Speaker. Back to the Minister. I appreciate the fact that he, as Finance Minister, helped move forward insurance products for ride-sharing. I commend him and encourage him in that endeavour. As the Minister knows, Speaker, in Mississauga there are over 100,000 users of Uber. There are 5,000 people on payroll who depend on that income. And they had a bizarre system where they had an advisory committee that was dominated by interests from the cab sector. And asking Uber to get their permission is a bit like asking Netflix to get permission from Rogers and Bell and Cogeco. It just is not going to happen, and it's very much last century. You may recall that the City of Mississauga sent you a resolution asking for the province to intervene and have province-wide standards. I think that's a cry for help, and it's certainly a good change that would benefit consumers across our province. So, Minister, will you take the advice from that resolution and bring in standards across our province to help move this decision into the 21st century and out of the last?
Yeah. Thank you. Minister of Finance.
Yes, the member opposite did highlight the conditions of that advisory committee that he felt was sort of tilted one way, and I understand that issue. We have also established our own Sharing Economy Advisory Committee to develop an integrated and a coordinated strategy that will promote a level playing field and tax fairness that fosters innovation and support for new business, because we don't want to hamper economic ingenuity and increasement of economic prowess. And we want to protect workers, consumers, and communities. The member opposite cited the fact that we have before us a review for insurance protection of all those that would be safe in those respective vehicles. We are doing just that by the redefinition of fleet to enable, in this case, Uber and Intact to have an agreement to provide for safety for consumers as well as the drivers. We also have Aviva that's done another program to support drivers so that they're properly insured. I have been reviewing what's happened in Alberta, recognizing some of that.
Thank you.